The Suplah, bringing you the latest in wrestling news, reviews, and rumors by annoyed fans. For annoyed fans.
Let's get it on!
Bring it!
Hello wrestling fans and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. I am Andy Kwan and with me, well not as always because we're pretty irregular here, it's Sam Brooks.
Well, it's making my debut, my hottest free agent debut. Isn't it exciting? That's the hottest news around here.
But also, we are not alone. We have the man they call Keelan Balderson.
The forbidden door is open, and I am here.
He
The
opened
forbidden
the
door known as Keelan's shed door.
The door is actually coming off its hinges, so that's something to be stressed about.
John Markley's going to come through and break it down.
The not so hidden shed. It is open.
So it's been a while.
Yes, it has been a little while.
I feel like we've missed a lot.
Why have we been gone? Well,
Life.
Who cares?
yes, who gives a shit? Wrestling, so let's talk about that instead. So anyway,
Yes, let's talk about the biggest bit of news that we've missed. What do we think about Couch Guy? I think that he's innocent.
What in the name of Christ are you talking about?
You ever heard of Couch Guy? The biggest headline in the internet?
The biggest headline on the internet is Couch Guy. Who the hell is
Couch
Couch Guy?
The internet or the wrestling bubble internet?
It's everything outside the wrestling bubble.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know any of that.
No.
Okay, so if you're on TikTok, you might know the story. If not, you should go and listen to Bitter Chatter. It's the other podcast that I'm on with Carmine Antonelli. You may recognize that name.
You may recognize that name because he's sort of big on the TikTok now.
He's a TikTok millionaire. Is he like
He's too big.
in a house in LA now with
He's in
making
a house
money
full
and
of Tic Tacs.
putting it all in Bitcoin and yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I got Dogecoin right. I got Dogecoin right before it failed. I'm like,
And listen to Bitter Chatter, the podcast starring me and Carmine Antonelli. Latest episode online now. We talk about Couch Guy. If you're in the know, you know. If you don't, go and have a listen. Available on all major podcast providers.
Well, now I'm intrigued because I've got no fucking clue.
There you go. If you're intrigued, go and have a listen. If not, wait a while. Just listen to this for a bit.
yeah, he just sounds like a guy who likes sofas, like accidentally doing inappropriate things to sofas.
That is exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. He put his dick in the sofa, Andy. That's exactly what he did.
I love to sit on them. I love to jump on them. I love to reupholster them.
I like to sleep on them. I'm a couch guy. Sofas. Yes, anyway, just fucking move forward, please. Someone stop me.
Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, Ruby Soho, the other one. Who else has happened in AEW since we last spoke?
Well, since we
Oh,
last...
everyone.
Everyone on the planet has joined AEW, including the likes of, as the images just randomly changed for no reason. I set that up wrong. Oh well. So, who cares? So, we've got CM Punk. We've got Adam Cole, BayBay. We've got Bryan Danielson. And, just recently, Bobo Fisho. So, that's a thing.
And Ruby Soho.
And
Don't
Ruby
neglect the
Soho.
women, Andy.
I'm not! You said Ruby Soho! God damn it.
I feel like there's more as well. But
There is probably more, but it's been, what has it been? It's only been like a month since we've last done a show, isn't it? Something crazy like that?
84 years!
And wrestling has changed completely.
wrestling is dog years, more or less.
Yes.
I mean, I realised that I put my webcam on a picture that comes up, by the way, that covers up something, and I don't know what it covers up. That was very clever.
Is it your penis?
Is it my penis?
Is it the newest signing to AEW, Andy Kwan?
Yeah, guys, I'm all elite. Bye bye, Andy Kwan. Bye bye.
He says wearing an NWO shirt.
No, I'm not wearing
You need to inject a lethal dose of poison.
You need to inject a lethal dose of quad. No, that sounds disgusting. That sounds like something really gross. Like that's yeah.
Anyway.
How do I view this video? Technical difficulties.
Oh, it's on the YouTube video.
Oh, that video.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I won't waste my internet connection.
Wow.
No, I just don't want it to crash. I'm perfectly happy viewing my friend's face and whatever else he's doing.
That's
What do we want to talk about first then, gents? We've got a lot of ground to cover based on these images that I'm looking at right now.
Should we just go with CM Punk? That's got to be the biggest one, right?
CM Punk turned up, he fought Darby Allin, he fought the guy from Team Taz, Powerhouse Hobbs. There's a car outside. It's very loud. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I am so sorry, everybody.
There's people outside.
And now
my
the
house.
phone's ringing. Fuck me, Jesus. Alright. So, yeah. Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, CM Punk, they all more or less turned out on the same night, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They all turned up on pretty much the same night. CM Punk debuted on the first. Is it the first? No, the second episode of Rampage. And then Adam Cole BayBay debuted at All Out, thinking he was going to attack the Elite. He doesn't. He joins the Elite to form the Super Clique or the
He's
Super
super elite. Oh, it's even more elite than elite.
Oh, it's more elite.
Damn, it feels good to be elite. Damn, it feels good to be a freak athlete. Damn, it feels good to be elite.
And then just after that, Bryan Danielson debuts in AEW, and the crowd lose their shit. So
And he probably had the match of the year against Kenny Omega.
yeah, I think that
It ended in a time limit draw, didn't it?
yes, it did. 30-minute time.
Yes.
limit draw.
So there will be more. There will be more.
There will be more. I actually really like how they've booked this because we immediately get the dream match that we've all wanted. It ended in a time limit draw, so there's no real winner. So then it means that he has to work his way back up. And he's probably not going to fight Kenny anyway because someone else might just win the belt.
Adam Page.
We all
baby.
know who that
AEW
someone
has-
is.
They've been doing really well at like having the first match be like a really good match, and they've totally flipped the traditional booking style on its head.
I think it helps that the athletes involved are at the top of the caliber, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that I think there isn't any sort of constraints on any of these wrestlers now. Like, they can just do whatever they want. And if it fails and goes horribly wrong, then in theory that's their own stupid fault, if that makes sense.
Well, unless you rig the ring with the wrong kind of fireworks and anything else.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Or if you don't tell Big Show to say what Cody's weight is before the weigh-in segment,
Okay, I'm not
just drags
saying-
out painfully long.
Did you watch Roads to the Top?
No.
I saw a
Was that
clip of the discussion about that segment on TikTok, and oh my god.
Yeah, okay, so this is a reality show. Was that set up for the reality show to have that segment? Because the backstage sort of reaction to the segment didn't look very legitimate to me. It looked like
What
they
is
were
real
acting.
anymore, man? Like, what is planted? What is the seeds of fake has been sown out throughout the entire reality now, it seems.
I mean, I don't
Nothing's
mind.
real
I
anymore.
enjoy it all. I like the thing about AEW is it doesn't have a history that we know the formula, so you can just enjoy it as you see it instead of just being bitter about it because you've watched it for 50,000 years already and you can probably tell what's happening.
It's a breath of fresh air. I've fully put my feet into the AEW pool now, lads, and
Good lad.
it's probably the happiest I've been watching wrestling for a long time.
See, AEW equals happiness. WWE
Because it's a genuinely well-structured product so far. They've not
Right,
really had
negatively-
many key missteps. They've had some, not perfect, but nothing that'll ruin them completely yet.
Negative me is going to suck all that out of the equation and say CM Punk is too happy and needs to stop coming out and being, hi, I'm CM Punk. Do something.
So let's look at what he's done so far, right?
Okay,
He fought Darby at All Out and he won that match. What was the opinions on that match?
It was a really good match. I mean, the one thing that freaked me out was his weird trousers.
Yeah, what the fuck were
What the
those?
fuck
I
is the next
think
match?
he's hiding his. I mean, he's always been accused of not having a great wrestler body, and I guess he gave up the MMA training quite a while ago, so he doesn't quite look that good.
But then he went on
Well, he's not
like...
like
then
Kevin
he-
Nash with like twiglets for legs, though. He's just a regular looking guy, isn't he?
But the thing is,
Well,
he
he's
went...
gone back to the trunks now,
Yeah,
so I guess.
that's what I was gonna say. He goes off and wears the underpants anyway. So what's the? Why am I complaining about this? What's wrong with me? Anyway, the point is,
No, maybe he tried something new and it didn't work,
Right.
and that's fine.
because when
It's
Punk
like the
was,
MMA thing.
because when Punk was on the Indies, for a vast proportion of his career, he wore shorts, and
He wore like PE football shorts or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, it was like a weird like Samoa Joe like loose shorts, you know, the ones that look
worse.
like MC Hammer baggy pants.
It was worse than that because it was like legit PE level shorts. Like it was like, and he just had like Punk sewn on them. Like literally,
It was
like that.
it was indie
He had to
as
work with
indie
what he
could be
had.
at the time.
Yeah.
He had to work with what he had, and now I have a feeling he makes enough bank to sort of have better ring gear. But that's besides
To
the
give his
point, really.
trainers away to young fans in the audience.
Yes, and who offer him drinks apparently. We
That
saw
was-
that, right?
That was.
We saw that
stupid.
fan offering him a drink.
Oh yeah.
Why- I know. Let's offer a straight edge person a beer. What a fucking
Either
idiot.
he was confused, he's a new fan, or he's a troll. But either way, I
I mean, to
found
be
that quite
fair,
funny.
like if a wrestler jumped into the crowd and I was standing right next to them, my brain would probably go on autopilot and be like, "You want a drink?"
Okay, jumped. CM Punk has not been jumping into the crowd. He's been falling just 2 centimeters above the guardrail
That's-
into the crowd.
That's not flying. That's falling with style. Like that's basically all he's been doing.
Fucked up the teleporting, and now he's just in the crowd sometimes. But
But at
he
least,
had the
at least
match
it's
with
not a
Darby,
shaky
right?
cam.
Yeah, true. Oh, that's one of my saving graces with AEW is that the camera is actually like held steady. There aren't like
I mean, it's not
50
zooming
million
in every
camera cuts.
52 seconds.
Yeah.
Stupid.
This is really good because there's a tape delay and I'm not seeing what's happening. Oh, now I am.
There you
Oh, that's
go.
great.
Thank
Oh,
you.
fantastic.
I hope
I'm glad
that-
we had that experience.
Yes, it's
So we fought Darby, and then he turned his attentions to Team Taz and he fought Powerhouse Hobbs.
which I thought was a good match, but I feel
I thought it showed off Powerhouse Hobbs. I'd never
Yeah.
seen him before, and I thought he looked great for what he
It
is.
was very old school, big man, beat you down slowly. But yeah, it was good. Yeah.
That's what he's good at. And now what is he doing? Is he fought Hook yet?
no, he's,
young upstart, young
Yes.
famous man Hook.
I mean,
Punk, fierce hook.
I think Punk's facing Daniel Garcia tonight.
Oh,
That is true, yes. Because he's in a feud with the 2.0 people.
Yeah, 2.0, formerly known as 3.0, oddly enough.
I
They
saw
were,
none of
they're
that,
in
none of their
NXT as
work.
well.
I saw none of that in NXT, but now they're in AEW. They're like a weird. They're really good. They're like a weird throwback to. They're like a team you would have seen in the original ECW, just kind of like even the way they look and their attire and stuff.
Yeah, they
Bring
do
up
have that look. They have that whole thing about them. I think they're pretty interesting.
I do.
And
think,
they're really good on the old microphone.
The microphone.
the only thing is, I do see Keelan's point is the fact that this is all great and all, but CM Punk is in a company with Adam Cole.
Adam
Kenny
Cole has
Omega.
turned up. He's in the elite, doing things with the Bucks, and that's what you'd expect, really.
But this is what I mean. Like they stuck Bryan in there with Kenny. They stuck Jungle Boy in there with Adam. Punk with. I don't think he's had sort of that same. Like you would think Moxley and Punk would make sense, or I don't know, like Punk and anyone. I'm not saying like.
I think they're
Daniel Garcia's a
waiting a
jobber,
bit.
but-
They're trying to establish Punk against some of the like the younger names going in, because otherwise he doesn't really have as much stock compared to some of the bigger names in AEW. So they got to give him like something to start with, you know? Got to build the anticipation.
I think there is a plan, and well, my opinion anyway, Punk coming out being the happy-go-lucky guy, I think that's
They could work it into a storyline.
He's going to turn back to what he was. There'll be some kind of breaking point where that brings it out of him, or he'll just start healing up on someone like Hook or whoever, and then he'll be like, oh, okay, now there's some actual heat, because so far there's like, just, I don't know, just say something a bit more controversial. Stop smiling. You're CM Punk, damn it.
I mean, some of the things that he's saying as well is like, look at my shoes. Like, you all wear Jordans for fuck's sake. Like, I don't like, it's not, literally everybody on this roster wears Nike shoes. I mean, hell, I wear Nike shoes, but like, I don't fucking...
The Nike shoes are from like 20 years ago, though.
These... They're 20 years ago.
Nah, crap check on the AEW roster. It's fresh.
Oh, fine. I'll spend 500 quid on...
What are you doing to that camera?
Stop it, whatever you're doing, please.
Deep throwing the screen.
As James A in the chat says, Punk always needs something to rebel against. Very true. He does play better into a storyline where he's up against somebody. And
then again, Punk...
I could come later down the line, I think.
Punk's whole like personality is he does what he wants, and I think right now I'm a nice guy enjoying life, and if you don't like that, fuck you, I'm gonna do that.
Well, to be fair, like, what is there not to enjoy? He's finally back in wrestling. He's in a company that, you know, nurtures and cares for him rather than
tries to kill him.
Whatever happened in WWE. Yeah, he's doing good for himself. I feel like he's not wrestled for 7 years, right? We're getting slowly acclimated back into the CM Punk that we used to know, and he'll probably do more later down the line. It's just right now he's using his sway, his drawing power, to highlight some of the younger talent that maybe wouldn't get that opportunity.
I do also get the live audience aspect of it. He's going to different cities, and every single one of those cities is just going to want to see CM Punk. So I get that he's going on a bit of a promo tour, like, I'm here. But eventually
I'm back, guys. Hey, did you know I'm back?
Because the other thing as well with Punk is, I know he is older now.
How old is he? He can't even be that old. I don't think he's hit 40 yet, has he?
No, he definitely is 40.
Is he really?
Yeah.
There's some graying there. There's definitely some
42, apparently. 42 years old. But even then, that's not even as old as some of the other guys, like Jericho, Styles, or
he needs to get
even anyone else working right now.
He needs to get rid of the grey beard. He just...
At least he can grow a bit.
He needs to do a Hulk Hogan or Randy Savage and just like paint it black.
I thought that was the Stones who did that. Or Rolling Stones.
Oh yeah, that Vietnam song.
I go and paint my beard, and name is CM Punk. Anyway, so that's I think it's
so AEW. It's good. Right?
It's good. We're just nitpicking. Like, I'm literally trying to find bad things because...
I legit think that it's great. I think I've subbed to the Fight Network, which is something I never thought I'd do. I'm watching Rampage, I'm watching Dynamite, I'm even taking a moment to watch Dark. Like, honestly, anything that the Acclaimed are on, I'm just like, yep, I'm watching it.
Yeah, that... I love that shit.
I do. It's like one of my favorite things going. Yeah. Just with creativity, with the raps and everything, like, just,
and just watching people who are either stupid or it's just funny. It's the same. When people have haters and it's because they're being a good heel and they don't realize that, it just makes me chuckle.
They don't realize they're being worked.
Because I'm such a smart.
I cheer the ones that I like that are actually nice backstage. Fuck off.
I watch Being the Elite every time.
I haven't picked that up, should I? Is that required to watch?
No.
Sometimes.
Or is that just like the same old, like, marquee kind of like, ooh, woohoo, really, woohoo? That's what I remember it as.
I'll tell you one thing, like, QT Marshall on the actual show, I get people's perspective that he's just this weird, boring guy that looks old, but when you watch him on some of these vlogs, he actually has a really good presence, like almost like an actor, and I think that's some kind of untapped potential there. He's actually really good. I think he's one of those wrestlers where he's so good you don't notice what he's doing because he's making everyone else look good.
Hopefully he'll get his time to shine, but for now he's spraying people, and that's all right. It's good. You spray them cans.
No, that's not who we're talking
Oh
about.
no, that's the annoying Dungeons
the other
and
guy?
Dragon
No,
man.
that's Brandon Cutler.
Oh, I always confuse those two, honestly. I don't
Yeah,
know
I'm
why.
thinking of the guy that wears like almost Tony Soprano shirts and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, I always confuse those two. I don't know. I'm still new. I'm still learning. Come on, all white guys look the same.
That's white people. We just look the same. So anywho,
Same this. AEW is a breath of fresh air. It's also served as the nail in the coffin for my time watching NXT, because that's all different now, isn't it?
NX Splooge.
Yeah,
NX 2.0. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, the image was slowly.
The Rex Steiner show.
Like literally, look at that. That is like it's blinding my fecking eyes. What is
I wanted
that?
to give it a chance, honestly, because it had like what 2 weeks of like promo time showing off all of the new stuff. I was like, I don't like it, but I'm not gonna hate it just yet. And then by the second episode, I was like, no, this is dumb, this is stupid. But this isn't all negativity, all right? Because for lack of a better term, for what NXT has done is they've pretty much done like a changing of the guard almost. They have completely like new talents in there. Some you've never even heard of before. Like literally, they've popped out of thin air. Like they've never had an indie career before. And I think there's some credence to that. Because when you look back at history, no one knew who John Cena was when he turned up, or Batista, or Lesnar, or any of that stuff. You've got some stars in there. They don't necessarily need like to have a storied career on the indies before they even get to the Fed, you know? Like there's something there. But I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't care enough. Like you have to give me a reason to care about them. And if they're not performing as well as anyone from AEW or even New Japan, which I also watch still, I don't care at all. The only thing I'm sort of interested in is I refuse to call him Braun Brecker because that's a stupid name.
Ray Brackman.
Rex Steiner, I believe, was his name before they made him have that awful name, which is
the
the son of Rick Steiner, nephew of Scott Steiner. Talks exactly like both of them.
Why in the name of Christ isn't he coming out with chainmail on and just being like, I
think he's good the way he is now. Like you've got enough there. You've got the singlet. He looks like his dad. He talks like his uncle.
He looks like the old school Steiners before the
but that's lame. No one wants that shit.
Not lame. Rex Steiner's alright. He's actually one of the more decent parts.
I just want him to become the biggest star they have in NXT, and then when his contract comes up for renewal, he goes, AEW, fuck you. And then Scott Steiner rings up Triple H or whoever and is like, fuck you, I can't do maths, but you buried me, so ha.
But, I mean, my problem with NXT 2.0, like, okay, the presentation of the old NXT prior to this, with, like, all the skulls and shit.
It had its critics, but I thought it was cool.
For me...
What's wrong with skulls and metal music? Like, nothing, really.
Skulls? Did I miss a whole era?
Yeah, there was like a whole thing of NXT where it had like skulls on the logo and everything because Triple H went like full Motorhead with it.
Oh,
basically, they made it what metal music is like to music.
Was it still yellow and stuff?
Yeah, it was black and gold and all of that stuff.
Yeah, to be fair, that did get old. The just whole color scheme, but I don't know whether the new ones.
No, the
new one of just all of the colors ever.
the new one just looks like a Nickelodeon fucking TV show.
It does. It looks like Saturday morning cartoon shit.
It doesn't I wouldn't even mind if it was.
But they're not even going for that like direction. They've got like Dexter Lumis with like a whole roll of condoms. They got fucking Rex Steiner saying shit on TV. Like, I don't know. It's just they're going for a more edgier thing, but the image doesn't match at all.
Yeah, it doesn't match. Like the edgy product does not match. It looks like a kids' TV show. So when
Do we think they went with the colours because AEW, even though they don't overdo the colours, AEW was does have that.
AEW just has colours.
Has that I don't know if they still have that intro, but with all the sort of smoky colours and stuff.
I like the Rampage one where it's all like lightning and shit. That's cool.
I mean, like, I think.
James A in the chat says that NXT 2.0 is the new generation WWF all over again. Apt comparison.
Did you catch that? I think it was the latest episode. I want to say average, but it might have been median age of the viewer was over 60 years old
of NXT.
And this is the developmental, like, young people's cool promotion thing, and 60-year-olds.
I'm honestly surprised that anyone above 60 is just watching wrestling to begin with.
But the thing is,
most of WWE's audience is old.
Yeah,
they're just
I can't believe
people that have hung on from the beginning.
Like that's the thing as well. Like,
San Martino.
Like, NXT is not. It's always been like the median age is like 50, and like AEW's
so strange.
And AEW's is what, 18 to what, 40.
That's a lot of ages.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why they keep banging on about demographics. It's the key demographic in advertising is like 18 to 35, because they're the ones that like got more money and they spend.
They don't break their hips or have heart attacks when they travel to the fucking show because they're 90.
and the thing I don't understand is all the colours. Why? Look at it! Look at it! It's like an abortion of colours. Just fucking.
It's a cow that fell in a paint can.
It's a unicorn in a blender, says James A in the chat.
It's what happens when I drink too many Jaeger bombs. I just vomit the fucking colours. It's just shit. Like, what is this? It doesn't make
Honestly,
sense.
the only thing that's keeping me watching, or not even watching, I'm not watching it anymore, but the only thing that's like keeping me involved is what's the name of the group? Fatal Attraction? It's a new 3-woman stable with Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and the third one. JC Jane, I think.
That's its own right. That's the thing that you like about it, and you can't even remember who the fuck the
They're
other one
the
is.
fucking 3 hot women. Oh, yes, I like that.
The 3 hot skateers.
But like,
Pretty much, that's what it is. Like, and I'm on board with that, but that's it. I got nothing else.
But I don't get it. They should have just stuck with, I don't know, green or
Green, like Velocity.
Just army colours.
People like Velocity though, so like, why the fuck did they just not copy and paste the Velocity thing and stick the NXT logo and change it green?
They could have done many different things. I actually want to take a look at the roster, honestly, because we've been mentioning that there's new names there that you've probably never even heard of, but I can't remember any of them. Egan, Egad.
These sound like STIs.
I'm trying to find. Where's the roster page on Wikipedia? Come on, give it to me. Give me what I want.
I understand why they've done it, because in some ways I understand, because Vince is an old, senile, moronic idiot that doesn't know what people want anymore. So if you call up all of if you call up all of these independent people, like, I don't know, your Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and you don't use them properly, right? Then why is that? Well, that's because Vince doesn't see anything in them. But he'll see something in, I don't know, Scott Steiner's son, who looks like a human tank. So, like, I get it. I get why you want to do that. But
it's also the apparent failure of NXT versus AEW. So in his mind, it didn't work, so we must do something else.
And by doing something else, it means bringing in people like Andre Chase, Brooks Jensen, Brutus Creed, Carmelo
No.
Hayes, Dante Chen, Duke Hudson, Hachiman, James Drake, Joe Gacy, Julius Creed, Josh Briggs. Who the fuck? Nash Carter, Odyssey Jones,
This company's fucked.
Stop it. This is
Suarav,
Oh my god.
Suarav, Von Wagner.
Bruce Pritchard is just sitting there making like God knows how many hundreds of thousands a year just to press name generators and then go on a podcast with Conrad.
That's all he
You'll love this
does!
one.
That's
This
all
new
he-
guy, his name is Zion Quinn,
Get fucked.
with Wes Lee and
Jewish Quan.
and Trick Williams. Like, who are you? Where's
it's-
everyone else?
It's that WWE mentality. We give you this piece of shit, and if you stand out, then we make you a star. If you can't do it, then you're not worth it. Which is stupid, because you're supposed to put all your energy into making it good, not forcing them to like run through fiery buildings to pass the test. Like, no.
That was the first edition of NXT where they ran through buildings.
Put the flames out, drive them to the top of the card, and then go, this person is a star. And don't make them like climb a mountain first.
But this is the other thing as well, like, these names are so shit and so generic that there is no fucking remote way in hell that any of these fucking people are gonna make it. Like, it's
not even touching on the women, like Amari Miller, Cora Jade, Elektra Lopez, Ivy Nile, Jessie Camilla, Katrina Cortez.
Wait. Ivy Nile. Okay. Please. What nationality is Ivy Nile?
I'm scared.
Their name is, it doesn't have a hyperlink, they don't have a Wikipedia article. I cannot
Please
tell
tell
you.
me that's got nothing to do with the River Nile.
I'm trying to find out.
It's
I will cry.
WWE, of course it's to do with Egypt, for fuck's sake. They can't even come up with anything fucking... Where are you from? I'm from Egypt. Ha ha ha, your name is Nile. Like, what the fuck?
No, haha, fuck you both.
Oh,
They are
okay.
Emily and Zulis. They are from Tennessee.
Oh, so they're not...
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry that we thought that a traditionally racist company is racist. Like, what do you want me to do?
The main review of this is that I had to go on a random article that clearly wasn't proofread, because it's like, who is Ivy Nile? She is an American mixed martial player born in February 26th in Knoxville, Tennessee. Legendary superstar Kane trained him.
I don't believe this.
And the image is credited as being a picture of Ivy Neville.
Can we find a different source?
No, this is the only source. They can't decide who it is. Is it Ivy Neville? Are they a man? Are they from Tennessee? A mixed martial art player, not artist. Mixed martial player. What is that?
Oh, you know, Conor
Is
McGregor. That really famous
equivalent of-
mixed martial player. Yeah, fucking...
MMA, MMP, gentlemen.
Does Wikipedia still do that stupid thing on every pay-per-view page where it's like, professional wrestling is a fake sport where people
Yep.
blah blah blah. Like, for fuck's sake.
They still do, yeah. But that's the Bush Leagues, gentlemen. What's happening on the main roster? One Big E is the WWE champion now.
That's actually pretty cool.
I mean,
pretty neat.
yeah,
It's pretty
yay, well done. Should have been maybe 5 years ago or even
Yeah.
more.
I mean, I was saying when... This is prior to the New Day. I was like, Big E's the guy. Because he can talk. He's weirdly agile for a man who's literally the size of my house. Like, literally, I was like, this is it. This is the guy. You need to push him now. Right now, he could be like Cena 2.0.
That's every guy they've ever had.
You've never
Push
really...
it now.
Yeah,
Nope.
you've never really had anyone in the WWE at that point in time who wasn't, white, who wasn't a star, besides some The Rock, and that is it. So, like, literally, I'm like, this is the guy. This is it. It's Big E. I mean, that's it. It's him. And no, they put him in a group that was designed to fail, and they somehow made it work. And then Big E 5 years later, for some reason, because time is in WWE everybody's career is 82 years. Like literally, it's fucked up. Like when you think of how long The Rock was in the WWF,
Yeah.
he was only in it for 5 years. John Cena's been there for 20. That's like 4 Hulk Hogan's.
He's out now, technically, if you want to like.
In Hogan years.
Crap example, but what I'm saying.
I mean,
is,
Big E has been there for at least 10, right?
That's 2
Oh my
rocks.
lord.
2 rocks.
2012 was when he was like on the main.
You-
No, was it even 2011? When did he show up?
See,
In my life, Big E has just been there since I was born, so I don't know.
this is why I get some of the releases that they did where people were shocked, because it's like they've just been on TV for too long and they're not stars. Well, they're stars, but they're not doing anything. Like back in the territory era, they wouldn't stay around for years and years. They would go to the next territory.
To be gone. And the thing is, yes, the releases are bad in a pandemic, but if you take the pandemic out of it for a sec, what were these people doing, really? Like, when you really sit there and think about it in some ways, I don't know, I mean, and okay.
Worse than we thought. He's been around since 2009.
What the fuck, really?
That was when he was in FCW. He debuted on NXT on 2012. So yeah, it's been like nearly 10 years. But point stands. It's a long fucking time.
Well, yeah, and I just don't. I don't get why it's taken them this long, but okay.
I think like the stars have aligned perfectly because he won it from Bobby Lashley, which he had a good run, I think. He survived Goldberg, which is more than you can like say for other champions who have fought Goldberg recently. And now he's going to be fighting Drew Big D McIntyre at Saudi Blood Money, round number 25. So yeah, you got that coming. Should we talk about Crown Jewel? As that's one of the pictures here.
Oh, should we talk about Newcastle United being bought out by Saudi Arabia Prince?
Oh, why is everyone so happy about that?
Because
What's going on? What's this?
I get that it's money and then the team will get better players and shit, but no, these are like finance. I'm not even going to say anything because it's my job.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
I have no idea what's going on. What's happening?
Never mind. Newcastle United has been bought by a Saudi Arabian prince, I think, or a family or something.
Oh, don't you dare lose a match because the bone saws will be out back
Fuck.
in the locker room.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going back to this place for Crown Jewel. You've got a load of random shit, honestly. You've got Goldberg versus Bobo in a no holds barred. You got Big E versus McIntyre. Lynch versus Belair versus Banks, which is actually okay. Women in a match in Saudi Arabia.
Are they
That's right.
still making them, or did I make that up? Where they made them dress?
Oh no,
like-
they made them wear like long, like skin, all covering the skin suits before. I think they're probably still going to do that.
Yeah.
But hey, at least it's on the card, right? It's getting better. At least you're allowed to look at women over there now. That's all right, isn't it? And of course, the crown jewel, so to speak, of the crown jewel event: Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a Paul Heyman on a ladder match.
Is that really
Is
what
that-
the match is? Please tell me
What?
that's
No, that's not. It's just a regular match for the
Oh,
Universal Championship
It
held by
should've-
Roman Reigns since August last year. It's been champion for over a year now. Fucking hell. Do you think he's gonna lose?
no.
No, I think
I hope not.
I still think it's Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania,
They could do that without the title, though.
and Roman Reigns wins.
They could do that with the title, though.
Yeah.
If Roman wins, because honestly, like I would not mind if Roman just held the championship for at least 2 years. Like I don't at this point. I want whoever beats him to be like the new Roman Reigns, you know? Like,
Yeah, you
I
don't
want whoever
get-
beats him to become the next big guy, you know?
You don't really get. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't watch New Japan, so this is.
No, go on. I can educate you. Go on.
You don't really get any more extremely long title reigns.
Well, with the pandemic and everything, that's kind of put a spanner in the works with
Yeah,
that because
okay, well, I mean,
everyone
like-
held on to their championships for a while, especially New Japan. That was pretty much not running shows for like 8 months at a time. So, but no, generally, even in New Japan, some of their title holders now have been only for a couple of months. I think the longest championship reign at the moment is for the six-man tag belts, which honestly no one even cares about. So. But anyway,
What was it? What is that noise?
it's television, Andrew. Have you never heard of it? Never heard of the old soap box?
No, I don't. I've heard of Netflix and Amazon Prime and
Fucking millennials.
BritBox.
No, not that one.
But anyway, yeah. No, I want Roman to win just so he holds the championship, and then whoever beats him will be the next guy. If it's Brock that beats him, what do you do after that? Like, what's the end game? They don't really care, and we know this. We know they don't care, but I don't know. It just seems like that the entirety of Roman Reigns' whole, almost a career renaissance with the tribal chief thing is just going to be for nothing if you just give it back to Brock again.
Yeah.
The only reason he's
So,
there is as like a response to Punk, isn't it? Like
They're
why he was
just
brought back.
paying. They're just paying Brock the Saudi money to lose to Roman.
I
And
hope
Brock
so.
It's just like, yeah, fine.
I mean, at this
He doesn't
point,
care anymore.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage,
Why would you?
If this is Brock Lesnar's final match, thank fuck for that. Go
Oh, it
away.
won't be.
Oh, I don't care. Oh,
What
everyone's-
is the point getting stranded?
It's just stuck in Saudi now. Like, yeah, great. But no, if ever we've learned from Saudi money is that no one will ever have a final match again unless they die. Like, that's it. They will come back for that payday, regardless of who it is. Shawn Michaels came back for it.
It's all about the Benjamins.
It's all about
Exactly.
the money. No, shut up.
Exactly. As long as there's money there, which it's gonna be, they're always gonna go back.
This makes me sad.
You know what else makes me sad?
What makes you sad?
A fucking finish to that match at Extreme Rules between Roman and Finn. What the fuck was that?
Right, you're gonna have to explain this because I didn't watch this pay-per-view. Because why the hell would I watch this pay-per-view?
That's fair.
Sam, explain it, and I'll give you my theory about why I think they did it.
Alright, so the match is as follows. You have Roman Reigns fighting the return of Demon King Finn Balor. We haven't seen this form since, I think, at least 2 years ago now. They were going to do that match against Sister Abigail, and that never happened, and we just haven't seen the Demon since. So it's been a while. Demon Finn comes back, and he's in the match with Roman. I think it's I can't remember if it was an Extreme Rules match or not, but it was a match nonetheless at Extreme Rules.
Why would it be an Extreme Rules match? It's
At Extreme Rules? No, never. Let me just fact check this actually.
Wait, so
Oh no,
it
okay,
wasn't-
it was an Extreme Rules match. It was an Extreme Rules match. So you had that happen. You have the Usos coming in to hit Finn with chairs and everything. Roman spears him through a barricade, and they're both down. And then, bum bum, bum
Oh,
bum.
I've seen the gifs of him just doing this like. bleh.
Red lights flash on and off to the point of a heartbeat. Finn is flopping on the floor like a fish, getting his energy back.
Like a fish. It's a fish.
He's getting his energy back. He's standing up. The demon is back. He's having a comeback sequence. His theme song is playing. He throws the Usos over the tables. He gets Roman in the ring, ready for his finisher.
There it
He
is.
climbs to the top rope, and the rope breaks.
Just
And he
like
falls
that.
over. And Roman pins him and wins.
So,
What?
my theory is they obviously wanted a way for Roman to win and Finn not to look stupid, even though he clearly did look stupid. But I think WWE have cottoned on to this thing that AEW is the place where anything can happen, and WWE is like, I remember when we used to be the place where anything could happen and things would be shocking. So we're going to have this like out of the blue rope break, and people think the rope really broke, and no, it just looked like absolute garbage.
It's about as well executed as the exploding ring in AEW, for Christ's sake. It looked just as bad.
And here's the thing with what Keelan just said, right? When when you watched Monday Night Raw back in the day, right, and anything could happen, Steve Austin was driving down in like beer trucks and spraying everybody with beer. Like, I don't know, you had like the Undertaker crucifying people. Like, you had like legit stuff that anything could happen that was almost like shocking and stuff like that, and be like, oh my god. But like Finn Balor flopping around like a fucking fish and then falling down like a fish. Like, it was just the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen. I'm like, this isn't shocking. And people going, oh no, was that meant to happen? It's just like, he just looks like a complete twat. And maybe their other theory was, oh, we've got to keep this Demon King character strong, even though you've used him piss poorly the entire time he's been on the main roster, including this. And he doesn't look strong. He just looks like a floppy fish.
Maybe it was a little bit of a, I don't want to say a screw job, but I bet you that's how they justified it to him. But it was stupid.
Yeah, but who did this? Who fucking stupid. It doesn't make, it's just.
I mean, it would have just been better if there was just interference that took him out, or
they had Heyman and the Usos. They could have just done like a pretend Shield triple powerbomb thing. I don't know, anything for Christ's sake.
The best thing we could hope for is they were trying something different.
Well,
it just didn't work.
Well, they didn't try hard enough.
Here's the thing, right? As much as I was saying earlier about how I want Roman to hold the title for like another year or so, if there was anyone who was ever going to end this reign, the way they booked this ending of this match, it could have been Finn. Could have easily done this. Like, he had a fucking like anime power-up moment. His theme music started playing. The lights went red. He had like a full proper comeback. He was going to do it. But then the cruiserweight, Finn Balor, just randomly buckles the fucking top rope like he's 450 pounds. And that's how he's pinned. No finisher, no fucking nothing. He just literally falls the fuck over and then he gets pinned.
Hang on. So he fell and then he was pinned?
Yeah.
There wasn't a spear or a Superman punch after the being fallen out? Okay, that's even worse than I first thought. Because that guy is he.
Oh wait, no, hang on. There was a spear. There was one spear.
Okay,
my bad. There was one spear.
I'll let him off. But like you were saying, that he's an athletic guy that always goes up to the top rope. So
why is it breaking? You never broke it before. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make sense.
Maybe it was rigged beforehand.
Hashtag rigged.
Here's the problem, right? It's fucking stupid. Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, and they could have. Alright, if let's say my theory is correct, right, and they're gonna go with Roman and Rock at WrestleMania, right? Who gives a shit if he loses to Finn Balor and then just gets the belt back at Crown Jewel or something? Like, does it really fucking matter if he loses it once and then gets it back again? Like, does it really fucking... Because we've got like another, how many more months until Mania? 6 months?
Yeah, so something like that.
So why the fuck does it actually matter if Finn just won the belt and then you just do a rematch at Crown Jewel or something, or an episode of SmackDown, or I don't know, anything? It just...
Well, it's fucked now because the draft happened and Roman's on SmackDown and Finn is now on Raw. So, guess that's it.
Great.
Guess that's done.
Who cares now? Who gives a
Drafts. Fucking drafts.
Yeah, the draft happened. Hey, what's the name of that guy from the Olympics? Gable Steveson? He was fucking drafted for whatever reason. He doesn't... He's not even... He doesn't show up. He hasn't been there. He hasn't debuted yet. Why are you drafting him? That makes no sense.
Sorry, Chad Gable.
Yeah, well, you know what? For the longest time, I thought this guy's name was Gable Stevenson. Turns out it's just Gable Steveson.
What?
I thought it was Stevens.
I thought it was Stevenson.
No, it's Steveson.
No, fuck no, you can fuck
Yeah,
off. That is not-
Abel
that is-
Steveson.
that is not-
He's going
I
to
am looking this
debut,
up.
and then Vince is going to be like, no, he's just Steveson.
Oh shit, it's just Stevenson. Who the fuck is...
Yeah, right.
What? Stevenson?
I know I never finished school. I can't read properly. I always thought it was Stevenson, but no, Steveson. Is his dad named Steve?
I always thought it was Stevens. Not Stevenson, just Stevens.
Oh, I thought you meant his name was like Steve Stevenson. I'm like, what?
My name's Steve. This is my son, Steve Stevenson. Steve. New character.
Triple Steve.
Triple S.
It's all about the Steve and how you play.
And I Steve it.
It's all about the Steve, and if you can make it, it's all about the
I
Steve.
put stevia in my coffee.
Yeah, all right. So point is, he's been drafted to Raw. He's literally made 0 appearances. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is going on?
You know, I might as well draft my cat for fuck's sake.
Yes.
No, he's on Brawl. He's on Brawl
yeah,
now.
Sorry, yeah. Kenneth,
You know,
Be the rival Kenny.
Kenneth is asleep as we speak, so. Don't know.
But
why
don't
I swear.
worry. He also drafted Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss.
I'm done. I'm
Who
done.
the fuck is Madcap Moss?
Done. Who
He's
the-
Riddick
who
Moss,
the
but
fuck is
they
Madcap
called him
Moss?
they called him Madcap Moss, but he's Riddick Moss.
Mad Cat or Madcap?
Madcap.
Oh, why would he just dress up like a cat?
He's teaming with Happy Corbin.
Oh, I'm done. I don't give a wank. Wake me up.
I like
Actually-
the evolution of the Suplah is TNA, fuck this company. WWE, fuck this company.
Well, when you live long enough, you live to see something.
What about the company we do like? Let's talk more about that again.
Hey,
Okay.
TBS. What's the
Oh,
TBS? Tell me.
God,
What's this?
here we go.
Yes.
So this is the title, right? This is the TBS title. It's currently on the screen, right? No, it's gone. Where did it go? Come back. I need it back on the screen. Come back. Where is it? There
Hey,
it is. Right.
If you squint, it's the Attitude Era belt, but when you open your eyes, it's not.
No, okay. Here's an observation. Somebody
If you
made.
close your eyes, it can be any belt you want it to be.
Okay, here's the thing.
It's fluid.
Here's the thing
Belt fluid.
about this belt, right? Now it says TBS, correct? That's
What is that?
That is a television network in the United States of America, right?
Ah, so it's like the TNT title.
It's owned by the same people that own TNT, right? Okay, so
So TBS is owned by TNT, right?
Warner Media, yes. So basically,
Right.
So,
Okay.
so for those keeping up in the land of tea and crumpets, right? That's what that is.
T's and T's.
Somebody on the internet called Harvey, right? On Twitter at WWFOSW, which has got nothing to do with another podcast. Do not listen to them. Listen to us instead.
What a reputable source this is, Andy.
He basically says the UK is just waking up to this at Sean Ross Sapp. Please tell us that AEW haven't released a woman's belt with the font that makes it look like it says the Hose title.
Oh my fucking god! Oh, oh no! It does! It
looks
does!
like the
It
word
says hose!
It says
hose!
hose! It says fucking hose! Look at that shit!
I don't see that. What?
What are you blind?
Alright, okay, so the T and like the stem of the B make the H.
It says
Then the
hose.
round bit of the B
You
makes
could
the
say
O.
that about any letter.
Bro,
like,
that says hose!
what?
Look at that!
What?
It says hose! And it's a women's
Oh,
title!
why?
And it says
Why?
hose!
Wait, why does there buildings on the side? Why are the buildings there?
I don't know.
Where's that?
I think that's probably the offices of the TNT or TBS or Hose. Like, I think that's... What is
it's fine.
It says
Wait,
Hose.
so, okay, it's women's. It's the women's title.
I mean,
right?
if that's literally the styling of the logo, then who cares?
But it says
Like,
Hose.
if that's what TBS's logo is, you can't just put a different font.
But it says Hose.
We've clearly reached the unstoppable force meets the immovable object here that we always reach in the show of just Andy saying one thing and one of us offers a counter argument with different words and then Andy's like, but it says hose!
As long as they don't promote it as the hose belt, we'll be fine.
Well, Andy, I didn't think of that when you said it the first 5 times.
So let's give some backstory to what it actually is.
Yeah, what is it? It's a women's belt. That's what I'm getting.
The TNT title. The TNT title is the men's mid card belt,
Shut up, Andy.
And Dynamite is moving from TNT to TBS. And
So wait,
Rampage.
does Andy, shut up. Does the TNT title still like keep the name?
Yes, because Rampage will still be on TNT. So
What does that mean? It can only be defended on Rampage.
Probably.
who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this is just the female equivalent of the TNT title.
That's fair. It allows for other
and
women in the division to do something because they're probably all going to lose to Britt Baker eventually, right?
and amazingly, they haven't. This is what I've been liking about AEW. They're not like, this is the new women's belt. They're just like, this is the new belt. Women happen to be the ones that fight for it. We're not going to harp on about how it's the women's belt. It's just there because women are
That is the best
women
thing
are
about,
equal.
Yeah, that's the best thing about this title, is it's not like, it's the women's world title. No, it's not. It's just a fucking belt. Like, that's it. It's just a belt.
It's a belt that women can hold.
Because what did they do recently? They main evented. Was it the paper? It was some big event, but they didn't like go. Oh, the first time ever women's revolution. They just did it.
It was It was Dynamite. It was Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, wasn't it? And it was like a hardcore women's match.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's not like as if like they're like, oh my god, for the first time ever in a main event of AEW, and it's also there's weapons allowed. Like, it was literally like it was just a match. It's almost like women and men are equal. Amazing, man, isn't it? It said WWE's like 84 women's belts and 84 men's belts. Let's just separate.
Can we take a brief second to talk about the women's tag division in WWE?
Oh, do we have to?
Well, it's one sentence I wanted to say.
It doesn't exist.
There isn't one.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, literally, we've said it before. We've said it as hyperbole, right? But aside from the champions, which are Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross, there are no women's tag teams. There are none.
She's still a superhero.
Yes, but I refuse to call her Nikki ASH almost a superhero. Because that's fucking stupid. But yeah, no teams.
Things.
No teams. Think of a team. Doesn't exist.
Eva Marie and Miva Ari.
Is that her Italian cousin?
What is Eva Marie doing right now?
She got her arm broken by Shayna Baszler.
What, for real? Or?
Yeah, for real. No, not for real. It was on TV. Yeah, no, she's been kayfabe injured by Shayna Baszler.
Okay, I'll give you something. Paige Van Zandt is like the breakout star of this weird MMA crossover thing that's happening in AEW.
What's going on with AEW?
Basically, a
bunch of random people showed up. I don't know who they are.
Is this guy really the American top team guy?
Yeah, no, he legitimately is.
Because he's basically just adopted Jim Cornette as a gimmick, but it's hilarious. But a part of it I don't like because I never like MMA crossovers because it just admits that wrestling's something else, and that's just weird. And you have Chris Jericho, overweight old Chris Jericho, like chasing off Junior Dos Santos.
Oh yeah, no,
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he's like even Excalibur on commentary was like, my God, he just punched the former UFC heavyweight champion of the world. I'm like, no, fam, you can't.
All the MMA guys, because they haven't learned how to wrestle, and if they actually hit you, you will die. Their punches look worse than the wrestlers.
Like, I mean, the best part about it, as Kean said, is Paige Van Zandt. Her selfies, she actually put them on Instagram of, like, Junior Dos Santos, like, beating the ever-loving piss out of Sammy Guevara. And she's just like, hey, like, she's on a fucking beach somewhere. Just like, like taking a selfie. And just like, this is the fucking greatest thing ever. They need to sign her right away. I
hope it's a long-term thing, and she becomes the Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler that could have been, but actually ends up being.
Because this bare knuckle fighting thing she's doing is clearly not working out, and also somebody died doing that the other day, so yeah, not good. So hire her for wrestling instead. Maybe.
Yeah, this angle is. It's partly good. It's partly just weird. I don't.
But it's getting
Like
heat though, because
like
I couldn't.
Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page are just like, yeah, we're kind of MMA top team guys,
Yeah,
but we're not.
that's my problem with it. Is clearly they have to have wrestlers involved in the storyline because you can't have. I mean, if they can somehow get if the payoff to all this is Jorge Masvidal against Chris Jericho or something, I mean, what the fuck is happening? But
The Judas Effect versus trained
the
fighter.
actual, like, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work, but like, I mean, I'd fucking pay to see that because I have problems, but like, legit, you have to have two wrestlers in there because you can't have these MMA fighters actually wrestling. I mean, are they under contract with Bellator and UFC? Like, you can't.
They're also overshadowed by it though, because when they were feuding with Darby, it was like, this team's developing nicely. Now there's like 10 MMA guys and they're just in the background.
I didn't get that bit. I feel like they should have introduced somebody like Bobby Fish who has an MMA background, didn't he, or something?
Oh yeah, that guy debuted like he was Ken freaking Shamrock. That was awesome.
That's great. I was like, where's this guy been? Why the hell didn't you introduce Bobby Fish like via this group? That would have made more sense. But I don't.
He was in a prison known as NXT. Andrew, we know this.
Oh yes, that shithole.
Isn't he
He also was
signed?
TV for a while because he was like a weird QAnon guy or something.
Oh.
Really?
Or no, he might have been, but he was like suckered in by Drake Dickface about it and just regretted it later.
God, just a side note, we don't have to go down that road, but what the fuck is America? Okay, so
That's a loaded question, Keelan. What the fuck is America?
I'm trying to understand the stages of like government and local things and what the fuck. Why is there something called a school board meeting that Drake Maverick attends every week and they all talk about conspiracy theories? I don't. What? Huh? Aren't you supposed to talk about like school and how the school's doing? I don't understand what they're doing.
Why is Drake Maverick doing anything at this point?
Drake Maverick is the little British guy. You're talking about Drake Wirtz.
We're getting confused.
Yeah.
I mean the referee, not Spud.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
Drake
British
Wirtz,
guy that's definitely not a QAnon twat.
Oh my god. Oh, all white people, they're just the same. That's what we've learned
I mean,
today.
to be fair to him, he's probably got CTE and yeah, I mean, if you come up through like IWA Mid-South and CZW and you're around Ian Rotten and...
Well, that's the thing. Did you not see that Ian Rotten basically disowned him on
MAGA.
Facebook? Like, Ian Rotten basically made a Facebook post being like, Drake Wirtz, we do not share the same views. Please fuck off and never contact me again. He literally did that. Ian fucking Rotten, of all people, was like,
Okay.
nah, mate. It's just weird.
Well, who's the original CZW guy? I'm gonna say...
White Peter?
Xander.
I get confused between the fucking the rock star and because Danzig and Zandig.
Zandig and Danzig, yeah.
Mother, tell your children to watch my show. Tell your children to don't hit each other with like.
Have you heard the Dark Side of the Ring thing where they went to interview Zandig or Danzig?
No, it's Zandig, not Danzig. Danzig's literally like, Mother, tell your children.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I've done that.
Well, they turned up to like his house and it was just painted in like Trump stuff, and kids came running out crying, and he was screaming, and then the wife said, "You better leave right now," and then he like chased them to a Walmart like with a gun or something.
What the fuck?
There was 5 of them! It took 5 of them!
Jesus!
Jesus! I love how
But
that's
yeah,
that
a couple of wrestlers have fallen off the deep end, I guess.
Well, they're wrestlers. They're not exactly like they're not mentally
Yeah.
well to
I
begin
mean,
with if they decide to do wrestling.
after 3 seasons of Dark Side of the Ring, I keep questioning why I have any kind of interest in this industry anymore. Could
I
it
think
be
every
more
time
fun?
WWE does anything, honestly. So the fact that you're having that question over the more morally grey areas of the business is probably
Yeah.
better.
Because isn't like most of the Dark Side of the Ring WWE?
Yes.
Well,
There's some
it's
Japanese stuff. There's some just old territory era
there's,
stuff.
there's there's all sorts really, but it's just like it's taking the old kind of oh that funny shoot interview story that you don't really know is true and whatever, and then actually putting it on a regular TV network and then presenting it as you would a documentary, and then you're like, oh yeah, that's fucking absolutely
Did you mean Ric
bad.
Flair? Did
That's
you mean
that's a
Ric
really
Flair
bad thing to
be
do.
assaulting a flight attendant?
I think
Yeah, like the plane ride from hell's not a funny story. It's
It's a
multiple
hellish
crimes.
plane ride.
oh yeah,
It's
like
sky crimes. That's what it is.
my least favorite part of that whole documentary was Tommy Dreamer sort of defending Ric Flair for allegedly
I
getting his dick out and nearly sexually assaulting a fucking.
I think Tommy Dreamer is such a
And
how do you put it, a mark or a jobber for the business that he literally has that much like warped respect for someone like Ric Flair that he literally took the fall. Like that was his whole aim. Like, oh, I'm just gonna make myself look like a dickhead because I love Ric Flair.
congratulations, you look like a dickhead now. Well
But,
done.
but
Mission
but
accomplished.
then again, Ric Flair also still looks like a dickhead. So your entire plan backfired miserably.
I
You just look
I
like an
do.
apologist for a sexual offending borderline predator, and
Wouldn't even say borderline, I'd just say predator, because
well,
that's what he
yeah.
did.
Well,
If I hear one more person though say, "Oh yeah, and Tommy Dreamer was gonna shoot Paul Heyman," like no, that was a little bit of an exaggerated
Do you know
story.
he was going to bring a gun and shoot Paul Heyman in the fucking
I don't
face?
think he was being 100% serious when he was saying that. So don't
Okay,
hold that
fucking
against
what?
him.
Jesus.
I feel like the Dark Side
Like,
of the Ring, they're just running out of stuff as well now because like once they went to like
there's a billion other. I could think
there?
of 10 more episodes, but
oh okay maybe
just get Marty Jannetty on there, and there'll be like
no
an
God,
even
no.
worse plane ride from hell. Honest, there is a awful interview with Marty Jannetty on this weird podcast where he's
Is
just
that the
like,
one where he admitted to killing a male prostitute or something?
"Oh no, well, okay, that's probably worse." But he basically just says him and Shawn Michaels put GHB in a bunch of students' drinks on an airplane, and then either Dave or Earl Hebner cut a girl's top off. Like just the worst things you could think of. That's what occurred on that particular plane ride, and at the time, they all got cheered by the other passengers because the students were drunk and being annoying. But that doesn't mean you sexually abuse them. I don't fucking really.
Wrestling's a squeaky clean industry, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen. Nothing bad ever happens, ever.
But just the way he was saying this on this podcast, like, haha, it was a funny time. Like, what are you
fucking
talking
Romp
about?
being a scumbag. That was fun.
Uh,
Is there a positive note we can end this on? Because I don't want to end on that.
what what else have we got on our list of
I think
I think we talked about all the
Things.
pictures, innit?
yeah, I mean, I'm just going through all the pictures. I think that's literally it. I mean, the only other thing I guess is apparently AJ Lee is allegedly coming back, but where?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Fucking where? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the
Oh.
fucking company that punks in. Just an idea.
Is there any like? Does anyone care like about more people coming out of retirement? I don't care.
If they're good, then sure. But
Yeah,
if I
mean,
don't
AJ
know.
Lee coming back will be good, but I think there's. I don't know. I'm at a point now.
Well,
where
the
I'm
story
kind of-
was that she just fucked her neck up so bad that she wouldn't be able to come back.
I-
And I get that what happened with Edge. Like, I don't know, but
She could be a character. Like, she was always good at just, I
She
don't
was
know,
good as
being
for Raw GM at that
yeah,
one
exactly.
point,
Just
wasn't she? Yeah.
she could be a valet for Punk or what I would. Okay, I'm gonna preempt this. I would hate it to turn out to be another weird Cody Brandy like we're
no.
happy couple power thing
And Cody
where
Island.
where it gets old and you're like,
Just should Cody just turn already, for fuck's sake?
I think
No, I'd still do him.
they're kind of going that way with the Arn Anderson thing. I don't know if anyone's been paying attention to
No,
that.
no, you mean armed Anderson. Because he has a gun.
Oh,
He's
like,
burning things in Cody's back arm.
that was the other piece of news that we haven't talked about.
Yeah, Arn Anderson has
No,
guns.
he doesn't
and he
have
uses them all the
guns.
time.
Okay, he does maybe, but the point is that the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Cody, the rest of sort of the original EVPs now have no real power in AEW anymore. It's literally just Tony Khan basically making.
I think that's a good idea, really, because the roster's starting to get very bloated, and it's all been plain sailing pretty much so far. But there's eventually going to be some ego clashes, and someone has to be a legit authority and just be like, "Look, we're doing this."
Yeah, no, I agree. Like they can't. It was all right. It's all right. If it's PWG or something, but it's the second biggest wrestling organization, if not the biggest wrestling organization on planet Earth. So,
Not the biggest. Don't be delusional, Andy.
but the ratings are bollocks. So what do you want me to like?
Doesn't make the company any smaller.
What I want to know is, has anyone figured out? So AEW are planning to run, I guess, at the Fulham Stadium.
Oh please!
Fulham.
Oh God, yes.
Fulham. Okay, we're going to Fulham, lads.
We're going to Craven Cottage.
Who is going to have the big UK stadium show first? Will it be SummerSlam or AEW?
It's probably going to be SummerSlam because the thing is SummerSlam.
Well, SummerSlam is not until next August, right? I think AEW could probably get in before then, surely.
Maybe, but they're planning to do SummerSlam in fucking Wales.
Yeah, can any of us drive, by the way? Because we should totally take a road trip to Cardiff.
I am trying to learn, but it's...
Learn before SummerSlam, dickhead. I want to go.
Wait, learn before SummerSlam. No pressure.
Just, you have a year, more or less.
I mean, I kept trying and then I gave up.
I'll just get a train to Wales.
No, learn to fucking drive, you shithead. I want a road trip. I want a road trip on the road.
I'm not.
You.
Sorry, I'm not getting in a newly qualified Andy car to
He
Cardiff.
won't be newly qualified. He'll have at least 3 months under his belt by then.
Oh yeah, brilliant. Yeah, like still
Look,
newly
I'm not doing
qualified.
it. Keelan's given up, so that means it's you.
Can you trust me with a car?
If not, then I made a poor choice. I'll admit to that. And I'll be dead, so it won't matter, alright?
Wow.
So just fucking learn to drive and take us to SummerSlam, please.
But I
See,
mean,
I said please.
like if you Google Craven Cottage as well, by the way, like
What the fuck
That's
is
like
that?
the worst name for it, but yeah.
yeah, like Craven Cottage is not even.
Is that a sex thing?
It's not a sex thing. What the fuck?
What
would a
is it?
Craven Cottage? It's a
You
football.
tell me! You're the one who brought it up!
It's a football stadium. It's full of.
Why is it
football
called
stadium.
that?
Because that's what it's
Fuck.
called. What? I don't fucking
It's
know. What am I then?
Really
Fucking...
dumb.
What?
Really dumb name.
It's not my fault. I didn't make the fucking name.
You're a football fan. You take the blame.
Fine, I'll put in Craven Cottage in. It sounds like a type of cheese.
It's probably got something to do with money or sponsors or some shit.
That's literally what it's been called since the dawning of time.
Since the Aztecs were around, it's been called Craven Cottage.
It's the home ground of Fulham since 1896.
Wow. So yeah, Keelan was born.
Exactly, and
That's that's what timeline I'm watching right now.
the capacity of the stadium is now 19,359.
And we'll be the 3 of them that go, so learn to drive. That's all I'm saying.
Did you say 19 or 90?
19,
surely.
19.
Oh, that's not even that impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
and like,
oh,
and
okay.
like Cardiff Stadium is the Millennium Stadium, isn't it, or whatever the fuck it's called, Principality Stadium. That's it.
That is the prime location and stadium.
That's literally got a capacity of, well, for boxing it's 78,000, and it's got a retractable roof. So if it does piss it down with rain in Wales, which it might do,
It'll be in the car. It'll be fine.
I mean, in the stadium.
Oh, right.
That's kind of like what WWE's sort of last. The brand name, they can still do these things, but
how much longer? Because I just
even if I went, I would only just be going because I'd want to just see
in a stadium.
See the experience. I wouldn't even care about the matches. I just want to see that amount of people in one place.
And we will, because Andy will drive us there.
Stop putting all this pressure on me to go to Cardiff. Let's just
You have a year. Get it done.
We could fly. It's probably quicker and safer than me driving.
Oh yeah, it's Cardiff Airport. It definitely exists. Yeah, great. Good one.
Cardiff must have an airport.
No, it doesn't, dickhead. You know what it has? It has fucking car parks. Because we're driving there.
Fine.
We've gone over this.
Okay, well, that's enough of that then. So
We'll go on a e-scooter instead.
There you go. E-scooters.
Just learn to drive, you coward.
Alright, well, on that magical note, that has been the Suplah. Thank you.
AEW is good. Watch AEW. It's really fun. Sometimes we're negative people, but it's actually great. Watch it.
It's actually really good.
The Acclaimed and Orange Cassidy and everyone is good. And Darby Allin and yay.
Darby Allin and yay.
The Acclaimed. Everyone is having a saying in the lane. The Acclaimed. Listen. Keelan Balderson is back in the building. No more coronavirus. No longer shielding. Andy Kwan. What a really cool guy.
Thank you.
Some might say to Cardiff he will fly.
Oh, if you get in a car with me, you might, unfortunately...
Oh, it's a casualty.
For fuck's sake, Keelan. Right, so that's been the Suplah. I am Andy Kwan. Sam, say bye.
Say bye.
Fucking hell. Keelan, say bye.
Cheery bye.
Alright, we'll see you next time. I promise we'll do another show on a more regular basis. And we will see you on the next edition of the Suplah. Thank you for joining us. We've been on the air for an hour and 20 minutes. Jesus. But thank you for joining us anyway. We'll see you next time. I forgot to do the plugs. Bye.
And... wanna go.